This actually is very cool because we get to see each other. Even though we have to be at home, we all get to see each other. I think that's really fun. So now what you other have to do is you have to pour yourself some coffee and you have to have a chocolate chip cookie in your hand, so you feel like you're really here at the store. And then it'll all feel normal. Okay, everybody, hello and welcome to Satin Doll in book number 200. Book 200. Like I said before, books are on order. They're on back order.
That's your book, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay, we're doing this.
Ken Whaley, can you please mute yourself?
I did.
Nope, you did not. Click
didn't.
on,
Says mute.
well, click on that. There you go. If you click on it, then it puts a little red line through your microphone. Okay, you guys are all able to unmute yourself. I ask that when I am playing that you leave yourself muted so that there are no microphone distractions from one microphone to another and everybody can hear the music okay. I'm going to do a test run of a couple measures. You tell me if the sound is okay. It should be because I'm using the same settings as yesterday. So here we go with Satin Doll. Okay, how's the sound? Good? We good on sound? No, yes?
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's what I needed to hear. Thank you.
You're louder today. Sounds better.
Yes, good.
Really, because every single setting is exactly the same.
Now, for some reason, you're louder today and coming to a lot better than yesterday.
Really?
Yep.
Much better.
Could be your volume too.
Yeah.
Well, Robert had me change a setting that said turn on or off original sound, and today I did not put it on, so I'm going to leave it off. Because if I'm coming through better, it's
Yeah.
something that my computer is doing. If I'm coming through better without it, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Good. That's good to hear, because that's, you know, we got a concert coming up, and that's going to be kind of that's going to be a sound check real test to see how that comes across.
Especially
Okay.
for Randy when he sings.
Yeah, I know. Hey, he gets silly when he sings. You should hear him sometimes. He's very silly. Put a drink in him and then he's good. Yeah. Okay, Satin Doll, that was the song setup, and it was the background Satin Lady. Satin Lady. Now, some of you do not have that, but this is one of those iconic songs, and there's really not that much to say about it because everybody knows it. Everybody has done this. It is a jazz standard by Duke Ellington and Billy Strayhorn. They did a lot of collaborating and wrote a lot of good music. Lyrics by Johnny Mercer. There's another name you probably know, and the year was 1953. This is famous for being a song that has the 2-5-7-1 turnaround. And now all of you go, yeah, I know what that is. Sure. Well, what that is the chord patterns. We talk a lot about chord patterns because it makes your playing easier. The D minor to a G7 is if you look in the key of C, D minor is actually the second grade of the chord, and the G7 is the fifth grade of the scale, of the chord, of the scale. And D minor goes to G7 a lot, and your fingers probably already know that. The same thing with E minor going to A7. That is another 2-5, but that's in a different key. That's in the key of D. And then it does a turnaround and comes right back to the key of C. So you've got all kinds of these. Then you have on the next page, you've got an A minor going to a D7 on the second line of page 2. That again is a 2-5 chord pattern. And the more you play music, the more you realize that those chords go together.
Dawn,
Yes.
I'm sorry to say this, but people are not muted and I'm hearing things and it's
Okay.
hard to hear you.
Okay. Those people who are not muted. See, and if I do mute all, it's supposed to mute you all and it's not doing it. All right, I'm not going to allow you to unmute yourselves. Let's see how that works. Okay, now you're all muted. Remind me to make you enabled to unmute yourself again when it comes time for questions. So are there a lot of chords? It seems like it, because every 2 beats, it looks like you've got a different chord. And for those of you who want some extras, I am going to tantalize you with some 9 chords. Now remember, those of you who don't like the extra chords, you don't have to play them. They are optional. But for those of you who would like a little bit of a challenge, try them. They're actually kind of fun, and they're going to make your song sound really cool. All right, so let's get into chords. There's no a little bit of a roadmap. You have a first ending on the first page, takes you back to the top. You play the second verse, and you skip the first ending, come down to the second ending, and then you go into the bridge. She's Nobody's Fool is the bridge. The bridge is always the middle of the song. That doesn't sound like anything else. When you get to the part on line 3, switcheroony, and then go back into telephone numbers, that's going back into the same chords and the same notes that you have at the beginning of the song. So it's a very typical song pattern as well. What's cool about music is that everything is patterns. Everything is mathematical, and it's like a puzzle. And when the puzzle pieces start to fit together and you start playing it, it's like, wow, that is so cool. And it starts to make sense. So I'll always give you the music theory behind it, but if you're not getting the music theory part of it, don't worry, we're playing easy play music. You just play what's there. That's all you need. We were talking also about backgrounds. What kind of backgrounds work for this? How about any big band that you have? It comes up at 104. Any big band that you have is going to work. Also, most of your foxtrots will work. Most of your swings will work. And if you take a look at it, pretty much all of those are on that first line of blue buttons that you have over in your music styles. Don't be afraid to experiment with this. But just think about what kind of an era this was from. It was Duke Ellington, who was a big band leader, but that doesn't mean you have to stay with that. So try all kinds of things. If you have a Freedom 3 or a Discovery 3, your standard swing time is very good on this. If you have easy 2s, 4s, 10s, standard guitarist, which is it's actually a jazz guitar, or your standard full band, which is Frank and the Count, will work very well. Or traditional guitarist is another jazz guitar background. So give those a try. Now, because this is such an easy song, besides some of the chords that I put in, we're going to work on, I'm not a very good improviser, but we're going to do a little bit of what Paul Miller likes to say, noodling. Noodling. Some of you have heard it. Diana, you've heard it in class. We're going to learn a little bit about noodling. We're also going to learn how to make this a little bit more embellished by learning how to glide some of the big band instruments. Also, some of you that have the Fake It button, we will go a little bit into Fake It, because I think a lot of times you look at Fake It and go, I don't know how to use it. It sounds kind of cool, but I'm not sure how to make it sound good. So we'll do a little bit with the Fake It and see if we can't make our song sound better with that. Okay, chords. Get your pencils out. You may make the D minor a D minor 7. You may make the G a G7. D minor 7 is C, D into F. G7 is F and G. Then you repeat those two chords. D minor 7. Remember, the 7s are optional. And put a 7 on the G. Let's go to the second line. E minor, you may have a 7 on the E minor. The A you may play by itself or play the A7, which is G and A. The next E minor, you may put a 7 on it. E minor 7 is D, E, G. Otherwise, just E and G are good. Then you have an A7 again. Your next chord is a C minor. If you want to play easy, just play C minor. If you want to advance a little bit, play A minor 7 or A minor 9. Oh boy, 9s are 4-fingered chords. They're actually kind of easy. You just need to know which notes to play. And in this case, it is G, A, B, C. Guess what? They are all in a row. So here's the difference between a C minor, which is written. Here's the A minor. Here's an A minor 7. And here's the A minor 9. It's subtle, but it's beautiful. If you learn one new chord a day, pretty soon they'll start to become natural and underneath your fingers. A minor 9, G, A, B, C. Just slap your 4 fingers down on those 4 notes. The D right next door can be a D7, which is C and D, or it can be a D9. There's 4 keys in a row again. C, D, E, F sharp. And these can be in any order, by the way. So here's the difference in sound there. Here's a D. Here's a D7. Here's a D9. It gives you a really jazzy sound, really cool sound. All right, let's go to line 3. The A flat can be it has to be an A flat minor. It is in the box. So don't cheat and just play A flat. You must play A flat and B. A flat and B. It's always the letter plus 3. If you wish, you may make it an A flat minor 7 or an A flat minor 9. The A flat minor 7 is G flat, A flat, B. If you play the A flat minor 9, it's 4 notes in a row. It's G flat, A flat, B flat, and B. They're all in a row. Technically, it's a C flat, by the way, but we won't look at it as a C flat. We'll call it a B. So the 3 black keys plus a B. and look in your window to check to see if you've got the right chord. Always look in your window. D flat. D flat can be just D flat. It can be D flat 7, which is D flat and B. Or it can be a D flat 9. Oh boy. So how do we play that? D flat, E flat, F, and B. Why am I giving you that order? Because you're coming from an A flat minor 9, where your thumb is on the B. So if you leave your thumb on the B and reach down and grab F, E flat, D flat, it'll switch your chord without you having to move your hand. If you prefer to pick up your hand and play all 4 in a row, you can put the B on the bottom. Whichever's easiest for you. And again, just learn one new chord each time you play, and it's going to sound really cool. Now we go to the first ending. They give you a C chord. I'm going to add 3 more chords to this first ending, 2 beats per each one. So C is good for 2 counts. Beat 3 over the half rest. Remember, the half rest is the rectangle that's sitting on top of the middle line. Make that a D minor or a D minor 7, dog minor, D and F, or dog minor 7, C, D, and F. The second measure of that first ending, you have a whole rest. The whole rest is, remember, that's the rectangle hanging underneath that 4th line. Beat 1 is an E minor or an E minor 7. The E minor is E and G. The E minor 7 is D, E, and G. Dogs, elephants, and gorillas. Beat 3, halfway through the measure. A, alligator, or alligator 7. Alligator 7 is G and A. Let's go to the second ending. The C chord is good for 2 counts. Over the half rest, F, fish, or F7, which would be E flat and F. And the next measure over the half rest, beat 1. Go back to C, chicken. You might want to also just put a little note there, add, alter, style. Add, alter, style. So that you play the bridge with a little bit of a different background. Let's go into the bridge. G minor, you may put a 7 on it. You must play what's in the box, which means you have to play G minor, G, and B flat. If you wish to play the 7, it is F, G, and B flat. And your fingers do have to come out of position to do that. G minor is the hardest chord you ever have to learn in easy play. The C or C7 is good. Let's go to the top of the page. C7, by the way, is C and B flat. Top of the page, the G minor, you may put a 7 on it. F, G, B flat. And then the C7, C and B flat. And now you have an F chord. Change it to an F major 7, F, capital M-A-J 7. Remember, that's a 2-fingered chord. That's a jazz chord. It is the letter -1. That's the mathematical formula. So your 2 notes are E and F, elephants and fish. Beat 3 of that measure over the half rest. G minor or G minor 7, gorilla minor. F, G, and B flat. The last measure of line 1, you're going to have 2 chords. Beat 1 over the half rest, A minor, alligator minor, C and A. You may put a 7 on it. C, G, and A. Beat 3, which is over the quarter rest. B flat minor. B flat minor is D flat and B flat, dog flat and bunny flat. If you wish, you may make it a B flat minor 7, in which case it would be D flat, A flat, and B flat. All dogs, alligators, and bunnies are flat. Let's go to the next line. You may put a 7 on the A minor, C, G, A, but you must play C and A. Then a D or a D7. D7 is C and D. You may put a 7 on the A minor, C, G, and A. The D7 is C and D. The G7 is F and G. You may put a 7 on the D minor at the end of the line, making it a C, D, and F. Third line. G7 is F and G, and right after you play that G7, put an N dot C dot, no chord. You remember how to make a no chord? It is any 3 notes in a row. Don't do the smash chord because it'll take your hand out of position. I like to use my thumb on the crack of the F and the G at the same time and my pointer on the F sharp. And what that does is it cuts out the chord. So if you're playing a chord, F and G, just add the F sharp and it makes a no chord for 3 counts. Second measure over telephone. You may put a 7 on the D minor, C, D, and F. The G7 is F and G. You may put a 7 on the next D minor, C, D, and F. G7, F, and G. The next line, E minor, you may put a 7 on it. D, E, and G. If you just want to play E minor, it's E and G, elephants and gorillas. The A, you may make it an A7, G and A. You may put a 7 on the E minor. D, E, and G. The A can be just A or A7. Now here we come again to some 9 chords. You may play C minor, C and D flat, or A minor 7 or A minor 9 instead of the C minor. Remember, an A minor 9 is G, A, B, C. Just put these 4 fingers down right in a row. Makes it real easy. If that's the only new chord you learn, pretty cool. Then the D may be a D7 or a D9. D9 is C, D, E, F sharp, all in a row. Oops, I don't have my ABCs on. There we go. Last line, the A flat minor. Don't cheat and just play A flat. You must play A flat and B, and it will to get your hand out of position. You may play A flat minor 7 or A flat minor 9. The A flat minor 7 is G flat, A flat, and B, but why stop there? Add the B flat, G flat, A flat, B flat, and B, and that gives you an A flat minor 9. It's very cool. Then the D flat can be a D flat 7, which would be D flat and B, or you can play the D flat 9, which is D flat, E flat, F, and B. And your hand does not have to move from the A flat minor 9. Just leave your thumb on the B, move the other 3 fingers to D flat, E flat, and F, and that just makes a nice little progression. And if you have to go back and forth between the 2 to get comfortable with them, go ahead. And then you end with C. By the way, What key are we in? C. C, it is the last chord. The last chord. How do I know that it's not D minor? Well, first of all, we put an optional 7 on the D minor. Very rarely does the key of the song have the start with a 7. So if you're playing an introduction, and this is the only reason you need to know this, if you are playing with an introduction, you want to start with a C chord. So you might just want to write that as a little note. Intro in C. Intro in C. Don't start it with a D minor. Okay, I'm going to play it again. Let's pick something different. Let's go to a foxtrot and let's try something called smooth foxtrot. This is perfect for begin the begin, but it also works very well for something like Satin Doll. And it gives you a clarinet on top and a sax, but please feel free to, okay, questions. I forgot to ask questions.
I have a
Yes.
question.
Okay, Ramon.
On the roadmap, you
Uh-huh.
added the altar on the bridge at the beginning, correct?
Correct.
When do you take it off or you leave it on?
You just leave it on for the rest of the song because
Okay.
it never goes back.
Okay.
Now, if you want to take it off, the place to take it off would be at the switcheroony part. But guess what? You're going to be busy playing some notes there. So don't even bother with it. It's not that big of a deal. Good question, though.
Hey, Dawn,
Pam,
Jazz
question?
Shuffle. Jazz Shuffle works great too.
Jazz Shuffle, anything in swing is going to be fabulous. Jazz Club, Jazz Shuffle. Yep. This is one of those songs that, wow, just about any jazzy, swingy, foxtrotty type of a background is going to work. Anybody else have questions?
I do, Dawn.
Okay, Barb.
On the A flat on page 1 here,
Okay.
the A flat minor ninth, you said.
Yes.
Would you give me those notes for the ninth? Could you do a 7 and a 9 or a 9 or just a 9?
You must play the 7 and the 9. You must play both those extra notes. If otherwise, it's an A flat minor add 9, and that's not what you're looking for. You need to add
Okay,
the 7 as well.
so for the 7, what are the notes for the 7?
For the 7,
Yeah,
it is A flat minor 7 is G flat,
A flat.
A flat,
Yeah.
B.
Mm-hmm.
For the 9, it is G flat,
Oh,
A
G,
flat,
A flat,
B flat. All 3 black keys that are right there in the middle there.
B
all
flat,
3,
A flat, B flat.
and the B, and the B.
Wait a minute. The ninth is G flat, A flat, B flat.
B flat and B.
Oh, E flat.
No, no.
No.
The three black keys. G flat, gorilla flat. A flat, alligator flat. B flat, bunny flat. And B natural, bunny.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, they're right in a row. It's 4 keys right in a row.
So it's G flat, A flat, B flat, and B.
G flat, A flat, B flat, B. You've got it.
Wow.
Yeah, they're all right in a row.
Okay,
It's
and that's
actually
the
pretty
same,
easy.
that's the same thing on the last page and the last line.
Yes,
First met-
ma'am.
Same thing there. And
Yes,
then
ma'am.
then the D flat 9. Would you
Uh-huh.
tell me the D flat 9? What is
Yes.
that?
D flat, E flat, F, B.
Got it.
So, got it?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. And if
Dawn?
you just learn one of those chords. Pam.
Yes. I just want to tell you that I was playing this yesterday and I thought it was pretty boring. So I did it under Tap Soft Shoe
Cool. Yes.
and the background was really good with it.
Yeah.
So kind of spiced it up a little bit.
Yeah. But see, that's what you have to do is check for things. I don't always like Bill Curry's choices, or maybe you're just not feeling it that day. So
Yeah,
do not be afraid to
yeah.
push the buttons and try things.
What's
Yeah, it's
tap
just-
top shoe under?
I believe that's a foxtrot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's under, well, it depends on what your organ is, but mine's under standard, I think.
Oh, okay, okay.
But it really did have a neat sound, just if you want to just kind of change it up a little bit.
All right, let's try that. Tap soft shoe. Did you keep it at the same tempo, 104?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to try that. Now, I haven't
It's under
done
five.
fingering yet, but I want you to follow the roadmap and just try to listen for the chords. Go ahead and mute yourselves. And we'll do Satin Doll on Tap Soft Shoe. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're doing good. Okay. Then repeat the last couple measures. And then if you wanted to just fade those out, you could. That would be a good place for a fade out. Just keep repeating. And that'n, my satin doll, just keep repeating and repeating and just fade that out if you wish. That's a good place to do that. Yeah, I like that background. That works. That works very well. Did you notice that I'm kind of embellishing a little bit?
And
This
you
is a-
added something after the no chord.
I did. I did. You're supposed to say switcheroony, and I know none of you do it. So you're going to play switcheroony. In the right hand, we're going to add the notes. Let's go to page 2, line 3, first measure. Beat 2, right when you do the no chord, you're going to do switcheroony. Your notes are D on the 4th line, E on the 4th space, up a little bit, C on the 3rd space, go downhill a little bit, and back to the D. D, E, C, D, switcheroony. So that gives you the switcheroony on top of your no chord, and that just emphasizes it. Fingering on this is actually pretty easy too. Also, if you ever want to, if you want to play the song and go back and play the whole thing again, it's a short song. That's when you do some improvising or use your fake it, and you can just go through and do some noodling or do some fake-iting. Fake-iting is pretty cool too. Okay, let's do a little bit of fingering. Remember, I've got fingering written in, and it seems that every time I play it, I do different fingers anyway, so pretty much whatever fingers want to get there first. But just to give you a good guide, let's get you started. Let's do A2, G1, A2, G1, A2. A2, G1, A2, second line B3, A2, B3, A2, B3. B3, A2, B3, D5, C4, D5. Third line, B flat 3, A flat 2, B flat 3, first ending G1, second ending G1. Let's go to the bridge. She's nobody's fool. G1, C4, B flat 3, A2, G1, A2, B flat 3, C4, B flat 3, A2, G1, A2, B flat 3, C4. Check mark someplace in all those rests. C3 at the end of the line. Or leave it on 4. Doesn't matter. It's going to all come out the same. D4, C3, B2, A1. B2, C3, D4, C3, B2, A1, B2, C3, D4. Your switcheroony is D3, E4, C2, D3. Those are the notes you just wrote in. Then put a little check mark. A2, G1, A2, G1, just like back at the beginning. A2. A2, G1, A2. Fourth line, B3, A2, B3, A2, B3. B3, A2, B3. D5, C4, D5. And the last line, B flat 3, A2, B flat 3, G1. Questions? Pretty easy stuff. Go, just let your fingers do the walking on this one.
Dawn,
Dawn?
what do you,
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to ask, where would you use a fake it button and what's it going to do for you?
The fake it button, I would go back and play the first part of the song, first ending, and then the second verse. What's it going to do for me? It's just going to add a little bit of a filler instead
When
of
do I-
repeating
when do you-
everything.
So when do you hit it?
I would hit it at the end of the song after you play the C chord. We're going to do a fill in, hit your fake it, go back to the top of the page on the first page.
Okay.
Okay, now when you do fake it, there's a lot of chords in here, and I'm going to show you the difference between playing lots of chords and just playing the chords at the beginning of each measure. I think it's, whoops, hello,
Sorry,
that's all right.
I turned it off.
If I do, let's just stay on this tap soft shoe, and I'm going to do a fake it with the piano strings on the bottom. If I change the chord, now on the Liberty, I can do a real cool fake it just by playing any two black notes. That actually sounds pretty cool. Or, by the way, you want to take your alter style off if you're going back to the beginning. Or if you've got fake it on and you play a chord, you can noodle and you can make up your own phrases. Just two fingers at a time. But if I'm changing the chord very frequently, it sometimes glitches a little bit. So if I'm changing the chord, That actually didn't sound too bad. But if you're on one where you've got a lot of stuff going on, and I think song setup gave me a lot of stuff going on, you sometimes changing too many chords gives it a glitch. So what I do is I just play the first chord of each measure and just let it go for a while on one chord. And it came out a little smoother, didn't it?
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So if you just play the D minors, the E minors, the A minor 9, the A flat minor 9, and the C, the first chord of each measure, it comes out a little smoother, especially if you've got that automatic. Even if you're doing the two-fingered one, especially if you're using a piano sound, it can get a little glitchy and chunky. So you got to watch your fake it's. And sometimes
So when do you turn it, when do you turn the fake it off then?
then I would play it twice or not. You could play it once and then turn fake it off and go back and play the melody again and then go to
Okay.
the second ending and finish the song. That's
Okay.
totally your choice. How much
Okay.
fake it is up to you. How much
Okay.
fake it is up to you. But that's what fake it is for. All it is like your jazz groups. If you go out to the square or you go to your favorite club, in the middle of the song, the piano player or the saxophone player or the guitar player, somebody steps out and does a solo. Now they're doing a solo usually over the chords of the song. And that's how they know. Have you ever figured out how do they know when to come back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're actually following the chords of the song. Usually you come back in on the bridge.
Okay.
Usually the bridge is where they come back in. So that's why everybody knows where to come back in. It's not a secret. You don't have somebody back there counting and then saying, 1, 2, play now. That's not the way it works. Everybody's playing the chords of the song, and the improvisational people, they're just blessed. I'm not one of them, to be able to improvise their instrument and play a solo on top of these chords and in the style of these chords. Now that's why we are so lucky to have instruments that can have a fake it, because what took them a gazillion years to learn, some of them not, some of them were blessed with it right off the bat, we can now do with fake it. And every single background will have its own fake it. Let's do a smooth foxtrot fake it and see how different. Oops, got to push it on first. And if you don't like what that's doing, then make up your own noodles. Now, it's still going to do the same pattern that it's doing. It's just going to stop in between where you're noodling. So that's the two ways to do fake it. Now, not all of the instruments can do what the Liberty can do. Push 2 chords down. Some of them you push 2 keys down and
So with the fake
and
it
it
button,
goes.
with the fake it button, you have to push 2 notes.
It depends on which instrument you have.
Okay.
Try it. If it doesn't work with 2 black keys pushed down, then you're going to have to noodle it yourself. And I just take 2 fingers, pick 2 keys, and just do this and make up your own stuff.
Wow.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. And then you got to come back to the melody. So I'm going to play it now. I'm going to play it one last time. For those of you who would like to play along with me, please feel free to play along with me. Let's see, what would be a good background to use? I think I'll keep it on Smooth Foxtrot here. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. So if you want to play along with me, the second time I play it, I will be doing Fake It. So if you want to just listen, you may at the Fake It, but just follow. You can sing the melody in your head because that's what's going to bring you back to the bridge. And when we get back to the bridge, then you start playing again. Okay, so everybody
Question.
mute yourself. If you want to get to your organ.
Where does the bridge start and end?
The bridge starts at She's Nobody's Fool at the bottom of the page where I had you put the altar style in.
Yeah.
And it ends at ain't no girl catching me, the second line at the end of the second line. And then the switcheroony brings you back to the main part of the song.
Thank you.
All right, so I'm going to start with a C introduction. And I've slowed it down to 90, so you can play along with me. First ending. Go back. Second ending. Add the altar. Switcheroony. Doing FX. Now I'm going to add the fake it. First ending. Switch sounds. Go back to the beginning. Second ending. Turn off and go back to the bridge. Switcheroony. Go back to the A minor 9. Go back to it again. And just fade it out. And you can do that as often as you wish and just fade it out. Okay, that was slowed down to 90, by the way. Wow, I see a lot of empty seats, so you must have all gone to your organs. Cool.
I have a question, Dawn.
Yes.
You mentioned when you started the class that we would be doing the glide. Could you?
Yeah, I didn't really have time. I did a few of them this right now, but I didn't really have time to go into it. I
Okay,
spent more time on Fake It.
we'll do another class.
Yeah, we'll do that next week. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you. I have to run, but thank you. It was wonderful.
Thank
Again.
you. Thank you guys for
Bye.
coming. Thank you so much.
See you later.
You guys are the awesomest. If you have any questions, you know where to email me or come on in. And if you didn't understand something, you know, make an appointment with me or just drop by and hopefully I'm not
What-
doing anything.
What time tomorrow, Dawn?
Tomorrow is 12:30.
And what book?
That's book number 15.
Oh,
What song?
Oh, you would ask me that. I think we're doing,
Hallelujah, crazy.
Hallelujah and crazy.
correct. We're doing two songs, Hallelujah and Crazy. Thank you. Thank you. When you get to be my age, you have to write things down.
Hey, Dawn.
Yes,
Dawn,
yes.
it's all right if I come down tomorrow and play there?
Yeah. Yeah, you
Okay.
can come down tomorrow. Now, I do have a 10:15 class in store. So from 10:15 until 11:15, and then from 11:45 until, no, 12:30. It's 12:15. I lock the store for the Zoom classes, so I don't have anybody coming in and interrupting me.
Okay.
So
So-
anytime after the Zoom class will be good.
Can
And
I
you
come in? Can I come in for the Zoom class?
Can you come in for the Zoom class? I lock the doors.
Okay.
Unless you're in there already.
All right.
If I start doing that, I could, but if I start doing that, I'm afraid that would be opening up a can of worms.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
But that's a good question. You guys are awesome. Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks, Don.
Dawn,
Thank you, Dawn.
Hi, Dawn. Hi, Dawn.
Bye.
Good job. Good to see everybody. Bye.
Yes, it is. It's wonderful to see everybody.
Dawn, one more question.
One more
On
question?
Friday is a concert at 2 with Rick Anderson.
Correct.
You and Randy are 1 p.m. on Saturday. Is there any
Correct.
class at all on Friday?
Yes.
What time?
Yes, I'm doing a class at 11.
11. And
Mhm.
you know what book that is?
That is book 134, the white book that says AFI's 100 Years, 100 Songs.
Okay.
There's also a class of 2 on Friday.
Oh, and at 2 on Friday also?
That's with Robert Roman, yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
real on Friday? Because he
Yes.
usually keeps that. No, he does those classes, I think, Wednesday and Thursday.
Oh, he's got a Friday at 2.
Does he? Okay. Because he normally keeps that spot free for concert.
It is a concert.
That is the concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Okay.
is a concert.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dawn.
It's so good to see you guys. Some of you I see a lot. Bye.
Bye, Dawn. Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye,
you.
Carol.